Okay, so this will be a very quick, she says quick, we'll see how it goes, catch up of where I'm at mid-July before I go down south again. Anyway, I thought I'd start with my back porch this time. Doesn't that just look beautiful in the afternoon sun? We, B and I created this little succulent tower, which goes down here, a waterfall I should say, and down there, which we think is pretty awesome. It looks amazing when you're just sitting here, and the reason I mostly did that was because everything was getting frostbitten out there. As you can see, that aloe vera is looking just a wee bit sad. Then I've got a couple of tansies that I've got to plant. I honestly don't really know too much about whether or not it works, but apparently tansies meant to be good for getting rid of flies and ants. So I'm going to look up like what the hell that means, because I've had them before and I still have flies. So like obviously there's a use, but I don't know what it is. Anyhow, so back to where I started with you guys last time. There's been quite a bit of growth. The roses, you can't really see from here, so I don't even know. I mean, I'm not going to walk out there because it's not actually that interesting, except for the fact that this one is still going ballistic, even though it's like winter. So whatever I did, it likes. And then we have this huge, I planted lavenders in here to continue, which I think I showed you guys last time, because there's like a lavender like through that fence, and then I planted them here to sort of continue it on. But the clover has taken over. So B and I did a little bit of weeding because the chickens love clover. Next, I have a lot of sticks. I did a lot of pruning and I haven't even really finished the amount of pruning that I need to do. You'll see more. There's these bundles further down there where the quince was chopped back, which I'll show you in a second. And this is the apricot that I haven't even finished with. So I started because I didn't have any way of shredding it into wood chips. And then we bought a shredder and then it rained consistently for, I don't know how many days, lots. And I haven't gotten to the point where I've actually shredded it. So it is now only 2 days before I head south again. So I'm just going to wait until I get back, which may be sort of only for a couple of days, or I might just wait until kind of August and then shred it all for the wood chip paths, which I believe that I mentioned last time. The next bit I'll show you is where the awesome pumpkin used to be that is now completely died back. Although I have one just hanging on by a thread. This little guy is the one that decided to sit in the tree. And he's actually looking, I'm surprised because he's still out here and he's just hanging there. So anyway, this is the one that hang in the wisteria, which needs a huge kind of prune back. Like I said, there's just a lot of pruning to do. And I don't mind working in the rain. I've had a lot of other things to do, and there is seriously just so much pruning. So I started on the the arbor thing that does, I don't know what else to call it. I think it's called an arbor. Anyway, I'll show you. So that is hugely trimmed back. I mean, you probably have to check back, but you can see just how much that's been pruned and then how much more is to go. Look at that jumble. That is insane. Friendly neighborhood dog. So a bit of the time actually spent reinforcing the fence, which was cool, because it just means that he can't see us as much, which is hopefully an effective sort of dog proofing thing. We'll see. I mean, he's not jumping at the fence as much as what he was, so I guess it's working in some level. This prune back, I don't know if it will come back all that well. It does have a couple of shoots on it, so I'm hoping it'll come back, but there's a lot that just looks like this, with the splits and stuff. So I'm not entirely certain how successful that will be, but whatever. The lemon tree is going ballistic. it is such a small tree and yet it produces so much. So I don't know that position. And then I have the bottle brush, which my sweet sister helped me with. And in fact, we created this really cool sort of brushwood fence, which I'm sorry to say, Sam, I redid. Anyway, and you can't really see it fantastic here because I've got chicken wire in the way, because I have, it's meant to be a fence with the chicken wire. And it's just like one of the 700 garden jobs that like I've only partially completed because I just skip from job to job to job, hence why I've got like piles of twigs everywhere. There's this bottle brush fence behind this chicken wire. I wish that I could give you a better view without having to go in there. There we go. So it's all the way along there, and essentially what I did is I cut back this bottle brush, which was looking really gnarly. Once again, hope I haven't killed the damn thing. Samantha assures me that I haven't, and I do have some fronds on here, but it's not sprouting anywhere else. So I'm just hoping that it's going, oh yeah, it's not spring yet. So, you know, I don't know what I want to do. Maybe Lily could tell me whether or not this is working. And this is that grape that's actually genuinely grape that I probably need to prune a little bit further, but just haven't got around to it. My half done garden, where I'm like, you know how I said I was going to reduce it, and I kind of did, except there's things growing in there. So like we've got some carrots coming up, and we've got this broccoli, like, and check this one out. I'm pretty stoked by this broccoli. It's actually growing, so I'm hoping we'll get to eat that. Anyway, so I dug this big hole because I've got rocket growing here, and I didn't want to dig up the rocket, even though, I mean, it's okay. It's not doing amazing, but it's okay. Yeah, and because I didn't want to dig it up, I've essentially just sort of dug either side. Anyway, all that dirt went into here to fill this raised garden bed, because as you can see, they take a lot of filling. Anyway, so we've got strawberries in here, which is difficult for you to see, but there are so many strawberries. Like when Tobias and I were planting them, we were just like, is this too many? And then when I thought back to how many strawberries we just don't get, because I don't know, with 8 plants or something like that we had in this container, you'd get like 1 or 2, which doesn't even make a dessert. So you sort of need to have however many are in here. But it does take up an entire raised garden bed. So hopefully it will come through quite well. Anyway, the last thing I'm going to show you is my quince, which still, like, I've got a few kind of these big sort of sky shooting branches that I need to trim down. But it is much better. There's a bit more airflow happening, which is what I've been trying to do to a lot of the trees, is to give them airflow. And obviously, once again, a pile of twigs and branches that I really need to shred. But I'll get there. And then like just random bits of rubbish sitting in my yard. Like, yeah, I could spend, it's just so much to do. Anywho, so that's it pretty much in a nutshell. And same length, 8 minutes. See, I should never say I was going to be short. Anyhow, I will see most of you very soon. Bye.